wonderful, glorious day. Some of you must have considered the taking a walk or having a cycle and raising money for your chosen charity or another, and you have a glorious opportunity on Sunday the 30th of June this year, when the Rotary Club, and it's the East Rotary Club, is that right?
Ipswich East Rotary Club.
Whatever. Anyway, Graham.
Mike?
I didn't get your surname.
Vickers.
Vickers, not Vickers.
Vickers, yeah.
Okay. So, Graham, you are what, the organizer of this event, or one of the? I take it it's a big event, isn't
yes,
it?
it is.
So there's a number of you.
Yeah, I mean the whole club gets involved.
Right.
It's been running for 37 years.
Yes, that's some time to be doing this, isn't it? So it's grown year on year on year.
Yes, it has. And we give people the opportunity to walk the Orwell, because some of the land that they walk on is private. So effectively, what happens is we get consent and permissions to
walk through those lands.
Yeah,
right.
So it gives people the opportunity to get to areas of the Orwell that they perhaps cannot get to under normal circumstances. So
really, what you're saying, it's something that Felixstowe TV should cover with a camera, because there will be places that you, the viewer, would not normally have got to.
Please do.
So what we would need is a relay of very fit people to carry all the bulky cameras.
Yes,
and do it. But it might be something to consider.
Yeah, very much so.
I'll put it to the massive production staff we have behind us to see whether we could free up resources. And I should be in Devon, I just realised, so I shan't be here.
Yeah. So is that an excuse, Michael, for not doing it?
No, sadly, I should be doing something quite unique, which is to take some ashes in a block of salt out in Dawlish Bay and carry out a service for a relative who died some time ago. So I don't think
very important
that, Graham. I've got to do that. I've got to be there. So otherwise, I would be joining you on the walk. But there's no reason why others can't come and cover it.
No, absolutely not.
And what you're saying this year, which is a new innovation, is you're going to have a cycle route as well as a walking route.
That's right. We feel that there's so much more interest in cycling now.
Yes, there is.
With the great success our country seems to have with cycling.
And how.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, people are taking it up more and more. So we decided that perhaps we give the opportunity for people to cycle for charity.
Right.
And we came up with the idea of having, at this stage, two cycle routes. One is 5 miles,
right,
and one is 15 miles.
Right.
But what they do is they actually dip into the Orwell, so it's in conjunction with the Orwell. So they
drive into the river, they cycle underwater, and then come out again.
Yeah, they go into.
Yes. When you say they go down by it, Latin Shore or something.
That's right. That is one of the checkpoints which they go into. There's another one at Bridge Wood, which is in a very, very nice what they call the Orwell Park.
Right.
And in fact, they're actually unable under normal circumstances to cycle in that park.
No.
So
it's extras. These are places you wouldn't normally go.
Yeah.
So get your bike decorated and ready to go, and find a decent charity. Help for Heroes might be something useful you could do.
Very much so.
Particularly for homeless folk who we don't even have a half a feel of what they go through, do we?
That's right. And we actually support the homeless in Ipswich with a charity called Find.
Good.
And we support that charity.
What does Find stand for?
Well, Find is, I'm not actually sure of the understanding, but Find is run by a lady, Maureen.
Right.
And all the money that she raises actually goes into
from the Find.
Into the community,
right.
Into the people with needs, people unemployed. So we support her charity. To explain what happens when people come to walk for us.
Yes.
They can walk for main national charities,
right,
or they can walk for local charities.
Right.
But we ask them to contribute 25% of the money that they raise, and then we guarantee that that goes back into the community.
Oh, I see.
So that 25%.
Yes.
That 25% then goes back into this Suffolk community.
Good.
And we distribute that money. So it benefits us in this area.
Yeah, so that's fair, isn't it? Of every £4 you get one.
Yeah.
Almost like the national debt.
Absolutely.
That's nice, isn't it? I do like that. Now, what were your numbers last year of folk who did take part?
We were coming up to 1,200 last year.
Were you really?
Yeah.
That's grand.
Yeah.
So if you're having cyclists on top of that, have you sort of got in touch with a number of the cycling clubs?
Yeah.
Or are they
yes, we have.
We have.
Yeah. And it looks that looks very promising. Although we can't really at this stage project figures. Yeah. It's because it's the first year.
Yeah.
We know there's a huge interest already. People are coming to the site and obviously hitting the site in respect of that.
But as we know, on the day it'll be the weather, won't it?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
But
there's will turn up in all weathers.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we look at the classic cars of this last weekend, the numbers were astounding. The period that they stayed on the front was longer than ever, and it was a glorious day because it was a glorious day, you know. And let's hope you have superb weather on. Now, people to contact you, you can register online at www.ipswicheastrotaryclub.co.uk or contact the administrator, which is Norman Haynes, who's at 147 Henley Road, Ipswich, IP149L. That's for the analogue community, of which there are a lot of us.
Yes.
And there's a telephone number. Is it all right if I give that?
Yes, of course, I'm sure.
Or you can telephone him on 01473 215 333. So that number again is 01473, the Ipswich code, and the number is 215 and all the threes to go after that. Now, there's another bit at the bottom there, and your eyes are better than mine. I'll let you do that.
Yes, I mean, for registration for the cycle ride, this is this information, web information, will be up. By this weekend, at the very latest Monday.
Right.
So all they will need to do is to go into the search engine.
Right.
Go into a search engine, look for Ipswich East Rotary Club, and then go into one of the drop-down link, which has got Orwell Walk and Cycle.
Right.
That will give them all the information as of this weekend.
Okay.
But we're looking for families and children to get involved with this, because it's a really seriously good event.
You know, it's a part of being healthier, fitter, and live longer. Yeah. If that's what you wish to do.
Yeah.
And looking at this, you've got you're supported by BBC Radio Suffolk, Ipswich Borough Council, the Rotary itself, the Ipswich Star, and obviously your own charity. Now, who's this?
Well, we've this here is our main sponsor, and they're a big charitable organisation called Healthy Ambitions.
Oh,
which you've heard. Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that. I mean, these are they've been spun out of the Suffolk County Council, haven't they, from the point of view of health. So, Healthy Ambitions is what this is, and it's a wonderful thing to be doing. And certainly, I think we can all say, certainly our earlier interview today, that there are more than enough charities that are certainly in need to help those who are much less fortunate, probably the new young viewer, road viewer, or whichever viewer you may be. Thank you very much for coming in, Graham. If you would like to come in and update us as to your numbers, we'd be more than welcome to see you again.
Thank you.
Perhaps what we could do is have a map to show where the routes are. That might help those who might get a bit more ambitious and go between, because the walks are 3 miles.
3 to 25 miles. Yeah.
So you can do what, 3 or 5?
You can. There's various checkpoints, so you can check
come out at any of those.
Absolutely. So you don't have to feel that you've got to make it. If you find that you're struggling, then you can opt out. There's transport back to the centre. So it's fantastically well covered and organised, you know. And the other thing is that if there's groups of football clubs, cricket clubs, anything like that, any groups that want to raise money for themselves, all they do is just give, you know, there's lots of football clubs in Felixstowe. Clubs.
Actually, there are 30-odd sports clubs within our community, and a lot of them are, you know, very fit and and need to raise
Raise
money
money.
all the time.
And,
You know,
and
just
they
for
can
kids.
raise money for themselves, and they give
And
us
for you.
25%. So they're
Yeah.
doing good for charities, for local charities as
Yeah.
well, in the sense that we then obviously go out to those communities and give them money out.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for coming in, Graham.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you again before the 30th of June.
Lovely.
So, date for your diary, 30th of June, all day. Thank you.
Thank you.